boys?
Jay.
Savages.
Hey, day 55. It's starting to cool down a little bit. You can really start to feel a little bit like it's a little chilly in here, and you're starting to use the blanket at night a little bit. So you can definitely feel the temperature. What's the water temperature? Is down to 82. Yeah, so it's definitely getting cooler, Chief. Yep. I just did a big engine room inspection. I left the engine room open for about 15 minutes, really cooled it down in there. You might want to do that in a couple of hours.
Okay.
The only other big thing I did is to the autopilot. Let me show you real quick. That autopilot, I took it out of there, and I just have it working on this top because it kept throwing an alarm, and I went through 100 different scenarios trying to get it. Tomorrow I'll look at all the connections underneath the dash here, because it's like these two aren't talking and it keeps throwing an alarm. So after I disconnected the two of them, everything is working perfect. Stabilizers, flawless. And we had some really rough stuff going on earlier, but now it's settled way down. The moon's out, so beautiful evening here. So anyway, day 55. It is starting to cool down a little bit. And we're making a straight shot for Cabo. So you can see right here, this is where we're at, and that is Cabo right there. Wobble Cabo, Chief.
Wobble Cabo.
Anyway, I'm gonna go get a couple hours nap. Wouldn't touch anything. I haven't seen anything. Nothing. Not a thing. Not a radio contact. No radar contacts. No AIS contacts. Nada, Chief.
What about two whales, if you know what I mean?
No whales, no turtles.
All right. I'm just trying to be funny.
Jay. All right. Anyway, I'm gonna go get a couple hours sleep, and you need anything, just come grab me. Watching these birds this morning is they dive bomb. Go pick up some fish. It's cool watching them. Anyway, morning of day 55, man. It's been a long It's been a long one for me. It's finally settled down. Last night was a bit rough. Looks like it's settled down here. It's about 7 o'clock in the morning. We're just passing the islands on our starboard side. We're quite a ways away from them actually, and we're running straight to Cabo. I'll show you on this one over here. So we're pretty well into the run. We're committed now, baby. We're almost halfway across. And we're about a third of the way across. And that's called commitment right there. So let's look at the storm and see where the storm's at. See us. It is now finally a named storm. This is Barbara right here behind us. And she's going to chase us. And we still got all night tonight to go. I think right now, I mean, that looks ideally perfect for us, but I think the wind is going to shift and come around a little bit, and we will pick up some, we're going to pick up some wind here on our port side, on our port side here, probably early or late tonight. See, this is perfect right here. That's midnight, and we're going to be somewhere right around in here. You can see that wind picks up a little bit, but I think we'll be okay. Wow. We're going to be stuck here for a few minutes. Yeah, it's going to pick up on us. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be, this is early this morning. We're going to be tucked up pretty tight to it. And it's just going to be, it's not that long, you know what I'm saying? Well, let's just suck it up. It is what it is. And that's when we basically arrive. Somewhere right in there. We got lucky, man. Well, this ride ain't over yet. I'm joking with Lee here. I go, Frederica's coming, his wife, and she's, I go, there's two things that'll happen. She's either going to come back and identify the bodies or come and identify the bodies and to get us home, or we're going to have a good weekend with her. I got a feeling this storm looks like it's going to linger there for a couple of days. We're going to get stuck there for a few days. It's all right. Could be stuck in worse places. All right, guys, Captain Paul here. Day 55. I can tell you right now that the trip is. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. It's been a lot of work. This leg of the trip has just been a lot of work. It's just we're plagued with. It's not mechanical. It's just electronic issues and stuff like that. And it's not even. It's been constant this whole trip. But now this last 24 hours, we've done great. But it's starting to catch up with me, and I feel tired, and I feel like that this last few hours here to Cabo, we're like with under 24 hours now to Cabo. But I think this 10 hours, this next 10 hours, we're going to be okay. It's that last 10 hours that we're gonna start feeling it. So I'm going to try and get as much rest as I can the next 10 hours. It's not easy with the yacht just bouncing around, but you got to do what I can do. I can also feel when I walked outside this morning, it is much, much cooler. Starting to get water temperatures down to 78.21 degrees. So that'll make everything cooler. It makes our engine room cooler. It makes everything cooler. We've dropped almost 10 degrees in water temperature. Yeah, we're getting close to 10 degrees in that water temperature, so that's really, really good. Anyway. At the helm. He's been doing the 9 o'clock, the 5 a.m. till 9 a.m. watch. And, but tonight's going to be all hands on deck. We're not going to all of us just need to get as much sleep as we can. And then we'll work together as a team best we can to bring the yacht in safely into Cabo San Lucas. Steve, I got some much needed sleep, I'm going to tell you that. I also feel like if we can somehow get this old girl to Cabo, we beat a lot of it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's been one hell of a ride. This ride for me has been my toughest, and it really hasn't been that bad. I mean, we haven't been plagued by mechanical issues, but I mean, we did lose the motor once. I think that was fuel. That's another thing I got to do too, Chief. We got this hurricane behind us now. We're being chased by a hurricane. Yeah. It wasn't supposed to be a hurricane. It was supposed to fall apart, but here it is. It's they're saying now that it could be a Category 1 hurricane. And Barbara. Fuck you, Barbara. Fuck you, bitch. God damn. Pisses me off. Anyway, so it's not going to fall apart. I think we're going to have a pleasant ride today. For we got about 20 hours left to Cabo. I think these 10 hours are going to be okay. But then weather's going to start to deteriorate us on the last 10 hours. And we're going to hit Cabo early in the morning, like 4. I think it's 4 a.m. Cabo time, 5 a.m. our time. So
guess what we ain't doing?
What ain't we doing?
Backing off on the throttles. You know why? Because we got a hurricane right behind us.
Yeah, it's literally it's breathing right up our. What happening right now? It's sucking all the energy and giving us this ride, but that energy is going to catch up as we get closer to landfall over there, and there's a little eddy over there, I'll call it, of air that this hurricane is sucking towards it, and that's what's going to get us here in these last 10-hour run. It's one making me nervous, so we'll have to batten everything down. We'll tape every drawer shut. Pretend like we don't have we're going to lose our fucking stabilizers, because we probably fucking will. And just prepare for the absolute worst and see what happens. So, whew. It's been a hell of a run. One hell of a run. By you, Chief, but on my shift last night, the wind was howling pretty good. It was right at our 18 knots. I'm gonna take them outside and show them. These conditions are freaking beautiful, and there's boats everywhere around us. The AIS, they're like popcorn all around us. They're everywhere. They're everywhere. So you can see, like, we're in, there's no wind chop right now. The wind has actually laid down. We're just in this swell. Not too bad at all. Stabilizers are doing really, really well right now. But it also likes this direction that it's coming from. What's going to happen later on this afternoon is we're going to start, the wind's going to start to shift around and hit us right here on this port beam, and that's what this boat does not like. So we'll see what happens. Surprised we're not going to see a whale or anything out here. Like I said, there's a lot of boats. I'm going to guess that they're fishing boats. They're everywhere on the AIS right now, just all around us. I would imagine there are fishing boats coming out of Cabo or La Paz. It takes them a couple of hours. It takes us 20. I just want to let you guys hear the ocean. It's beautiful just out here. Chief is preparing our last meal, I'm calling it. It's gonna be, you know, show you where we're at here. We're about halfway across. This is Cabo right here, but what's gonna catch us is Barbara is right here, and it's coming in fast and it's coming in hot. And she'll never catch us in Cabo, but what she is gonna do, this is current right here, this isn't wind. What she's going to do is she's going to suck the energy off of the tip of this thing and bring it down to her, and we're going to get caught up in that later on tonight, actually. So we won't even see it coming, really, but you know, it is what it is. We're committed now, you can see. So one of the things that I got to do this morning is do a fuel calculation. And what I got to do here is we've been running on the main tank now I got to figure out how many hours we've been running on the main tank, then divide that by how many gallons an hour we burn, which I'll do a little bit of a high rate of 7 gallons, and that fuel tank holds 1,200 gallons. But what I don't want to do is get caught out here in the storm later on tonight, bouncing around trying to switch fuel tanks and losing power to one of our engines. So I want to be really safe. I have my forward tank is completely 100% full. And then our aft tank, that's another 700 gallons of fuel. It's we've only been using the generator on it, and we are at 137 at 117 hours. So basically, I've only burned about 70 or 80 gallons out of that. So I may have to shift engines here. Let me do some calculations, and I'll get right back to you on what I think my game plan is for these last few hours getting into Cabo. Safely without having to worry about losing an engine because we fuel. Let's go over the numbers I came up with. So we started at hour 10:26. We've run 117 hours. I ran 50 of those hours on the saddle tanks, which pretty much emptied the saddle tanks because you saw we lost our starboard engine, but we were also running a little bit harder on our RPMs. Next, I switched over to the main tanks. That tank has, let's just call it 1,100 gallons of fuel. Right now, I've projected that we've burned, and again, we can go safe numbers here, 469 gallons. And we've burned about 100 on the generator and 200 out of each saddle tank. So we total right now, we've burned about 1,000 gallons of fuel. That, again, I said the main tank holds 1,100 gallons of fuel. So I'm guessing right now, it's a pretty good educated guess that we're about half full on that tank. We're down to halfway. So that should give me a good safe range. We have about 18 hours left to Cabo. So even if we get out here, you can already start to see the seas are starting to pick up. And they'll just continue to pick up now. And they're going to start moving more off of our beam. So as we get pushed around, I just want to make sure that I have plenty of fuel in that tank for the pickups, because we don't want to get any air in that system and lose. So I don't want to call it a gamble, because I really don't know the tanks in these Hatterases, but I'm going to stay on my main tank. And if anything happened, I can go to the aft tank, which I know has a lot of fuel. That's an 800 gallon tank, and it right now should have somewhere around 600 gallons of fuel on it. And then I have a forward tank that's completely, I've never used fuel out of the forward tank yet. So I could switch my engines. I could switch one to the forward and one to the aft if I started having any problems at all. And if it gets really, really bad, I may do that just so that I'm pulling off of full tanks, basically, and not have to worry about losing an engine if it gets really, really bad out here. Funny too, because I keep in this logbook up. It's very cool seeing like June 4th, our log entries, the conditions, tanks, everything that we've been doing. It's just kind of cool looking at it. Seeing where we were at and what was going on. That's a good looking Last Supper. Now, can't wait to dig in. Looks really, really good, Chief. Lee went down. He's not feeling. He's gotten a little seasick. The swell is really starting to build now, and we don't really have a lot of left and right as the yacht stands stabilized left and right with the stabilization. It's the front and back rocking that are just constant now. You can kind of see the bow pulpit there in the horizon, and as the weather deteriorates throughout the night here, at some point we're planning on losing the stabilization when it just can't take anymore. The only saving grace I think we might have is the cooling weather. Hopefully keeping that, I think it's called an SUC cooler, which is our computer basically that runs the stabilization on the yacht. Maybe it can stay in the fight a little bit longer tonight, we're hoping.
Yes.
I was promised something yesterday.
You were. And it's time.
I think it is time. Can we see what this big veil of the surprise is?
Yes.
How far out are we, Chief? Give me some mileage here. You guys can see kind of the horizon there on the front of the boat. That's
125 miles.
125 miles. Woo.
12 hours.
12 hours.
Give or take a few minutes. That way.
It's me and the Chief are talking about the stabilizers.
Back to America, get some hot to
But
The stabilizers are
they are
messing with us.
They're mind screwing with us. It's like, you know which wave's going to hit us and take them out, and then the real ride starts there. We got about 129 miles to go, 130 miles.
In the military, they say spray and pray. We're gonna have to hold on.
Because it really is a different ride when they're on and when they're off. Completely different ride, but every once in a while we'll just hit by this rogue. It's not even a rogue wave. It's just a certain way that we get hit. The yacht gets hit, and it puts the boat into a little bit of frenzy. and we haven't had these stabilizers work properly the entire trip. So why, you know, they're just they've got us so baffled right now. Why every wave we go over, we're thinking this is it. This is the one.
We've been fighting them tooth and nail since marathon, and all of a sudden now we throw one little fan on there and they start working. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you there, Coach.
Yeah. So ever since we stuck the fan on there, what was that, yesterday or the day before? I can't even remember.
I don't even know what day it is.
Anyway, we haven't had an issue, so we don't want an issue neither. But it will be a matter of fact of later on tonight is when we'll really start taking that wind on the port, and hopefully, I mean, there's a shot that we don't lose it.
Ain't much, but it's a shot. Hey, I'd rather have a shot than get a shot out of my butt.
Anyway, we are.
You know what I mean.
It's kind of nerve-wracking because you're just sitting here, just every wave that hits us, it's like you cringe. Like, is this the one? Is this the one? And the seas are building. They're definitely building off to our port just like they're supposed to.
But
I'll tell you another thing too.
Nothing we can do about it.
That's another thing, you know, like I've been looking at this weather and stressing about it, and one of my bosses, my captain, my big captain job at Little Palm, Tom says, I come into work one day, you know, there's a storm brewing and coming and all this bullshit, and Tom goes, does it matter? I go, what do you mean? He goes, are you quitting the job tonight? And I said, no. He said, then you're going to run. So why look at that weather and get all stressed out? You made the decision. You made a cautious decision to run. So unless you're quitting, you're running. So why get stressed about looking at it? So and he's right. So right now I quit looking at the weather because it doesn't matter, man. It really doesn't matter. We are 100% in this, committed to the ride now, and we're going, and it's just hang on now and enjoy it. And the beauty of it is, you know,
buckle up, Buttercup.
Yeah, I did a short just not too long ago, Chief. Buckle up, Buttercup. This is it. Suck it up, Buttercup, because this really is it. I mean, we're going. There's only two things going to happen here in the next 12 to 14 hours. We pull into Cabo or we don't pull into Cabo. Those are the only two
options.
Those are the only two options for this boat. We're not going around it. So if we don't pull in there, we don't pull in. It's that simple. It really is that simple. Anyway, so that's what we're just sitting here talking about it. And it's a big one. I'll tell you what is working flawlessly is Jimmy, the autopilot.
Jimmy ain't cutting. He ain't let go yet.
No.
He hadn't let go since we got it fixed.
Nope. He has not. He's not failed us one time.
Thank God we did all that steering work too. Or we wouldn't have been.
No.
There's no way.
No, there's no 100% no way. No way, Jose.
No bueno.
No. There's no question now. We are definitely in the shit. Whew. You can see how far out we are from. Barely even see out the windows because of the salt, but we'll clean them off here in a bit. Dolphins are just.
I guess they heard the boom.
Oh, did they hear the boom? Just a few minutes ago, we just slammed across the wave and see them all. Woo!
Wow. That was before they're jumping after this fish right there.
Oh yeah, the bait fish. That's exactly what they're doing. That's cool. I'd go outside, but the wind's blowing really hard. And it's too dangerous to go outside right now. Wow, look at that wave. Oh. It's hard to capture. I came back to shut this door right here because this is the side the wind's coming in. We got about 8, 9 hours to Cabo. somehow our stabilizers can hold up, we'll be just fine. When these stabilizers let go though, it's gonna be a hell of a ride. And as we get closer and closer to land, this will calm. It'll start calming down. And I'm also hoping after the sun goes down, the wind will calm down. Right now, I'd say we're in probably 25 knots of wind.
We're in the Mariana Trench.
Woo!
I don't know what that means, but
We're hauling ass too, really. Watch out, here comes the big one. I don't know what's gonna happen when the sun goes down. Hopefully it'll clear up a little. Hang on, hang on.
we may have to try to fish in this, boys.
No.
Fucking
There ain't no fisherman.
throw a fucking net over the fucking rail.
You couldn't even get it. Yeah. You couldn't get nothing out of this.
Try and get out of the cab, see what happens.
Yeah, we can't even walk away from the steering wheel. Fuck that.
Hang on, hang on, hang on. This is it. Hang on. Oh my God. Whew. Hey, one thing we don't have to worry about is sleeping tonight. We don't have to worry about shifts. And you might just want to wet yourself. Woo. God damn, this is.
Tonight. I'm not sure what you can see, but wow, that's a big wave right there. Boat's doing pretty amazing, actually. Stabilizers are holding up. Freaking technology is amazing when it's working. Well guys, Captain Paul here, and we're gonna end day 55. Whew, it's been a rough day. We knew this was coming. Boat's doing great, fantastic. And we're about a little over 40 miles out right now from Cabo San Lucas. Slowed the boat down just a little bit. Let that hull, displacement hull do some of the work. But also the stabilizers are doing a fantastic job as well. Anyway, peace out. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe. Right now we are in probably 35 knot winds and 5 to 7 foot seas. And we are just plugging along. You saw that big one just hit the window right there. Just plugging along. And we'll wake up tomorrow morning and we'll be in Cabo San Lucas. Well, we need to get some work done, and we're going to wait out some weather to go ahead and finish this and get the boat over to the U.S. and then down to Washington. Anyway, make sure you hit that like, subscribe, share it with your friends. Thanks so much for watching. Truly appreciate it. Thank you, guys. Bye.